well, we were between 12 and 20 watts. And it was a full desktop. We reduced the keyboard, we took out the keyboard, we took out the mouse, we took out the screen, we took out the box. So we brought an integrated touch screen out before Apple brought out the iPad, which was revolutionary at the time. Nobody else had an integrated touch screen. We brought it out and fully configured and eco-labeled and everything else before everybody else. Unfortunately, as I said before, if you look at the V3 and just take away the wooden bottom base of it, it's an identical to an Apple. We actually thought Apple stole all our ideas,
Oh,
The rethinking and the reduction is actually at a number of levels. It's a much less capital-intensive production system because it's small scale with the digital fabrication. So you're actually talking about a manufacturing process that's a lot less intense in terms of energy use. In terms of materials, the use of renewable materials in particular, but also recycled, obviously has a lot less impact because essentially you're not manufacturing these materials new. They are they're growing, as it were, and they're absorbing carbon as well at the same time. There's also a very considerable reduction in waste. As a result, both of the manufacturing process being measured on a small scale, and also in terms of the reuse of materials, as Paul mentioned, and the fact that materials are, well, the housing is biodegradable, for example. So there's really, it's a rethinking of the manufacturing process for one that has a lot less impact.
And that goes back to startup when we worked on other people's computers and we noticed this vast quantity of waste and throwawayability. That's where we came into the modular, a board we can put products onto it. Now that whole idea has taken off, but in 1991 upwards, nobody knew about it. We were sort of the leaders in that area.
Yeah, that's really great. That I think the industry needs such leaders, such as your enterprise.
What we're trying to do is be the conscience or the start of people's, the bigger companies to change, follow us and change.
Yeah, that's great. So I just want to go through this table further. So I understood because of the modular design of all your products, it has a really high repairability, and you can refurbish the products also to a large extent.
We're actually working at the moment closely with iFixit. Have you must know about?
Yeah, I know them.
We're actually working with iFixit, looking at the repairability, sort of advising on the repairability of the product as well, and sort of closely listening to their advice on it based on the study of lots of different computers. So it is designed for ease of repair, ease of upgradability, and reuse the whole machine. That's the logic of the design. Simple to disassemble, easy to remove the different components without needing to break through glues, melt glues, or break seals as you do in other computers.
Yeah. And then also you said, like, if a component is no longer usable for a computer, then it might end up in a totally new product, right? As for cashier machines, you said, I think.
Yeah, cash register. So any of our integrated touchscreen computers, tablets, if they're no longer good for a computer, we can use it for POS system, point of sale system.
Okay. Yeah.
The reuse, Tobias, the reuse is actually part of the business model. The reuse not of the materials for other purposes, but the reuse of the housing itself. The idea is that basically there is no need to get rid of the computer. You can replace and upgrade all the components within the housing. So if you like, we see the computer itself before it becomes something else. As having 3 lives, more or less 3 3-year lives, if you like. your average computer, industrially, commercially, would have a 3-year life. Ours would have 3 times 3 in terms of being able to upgrade the different components. So at the end of the 3 years, you practically got a new computer, new tablet, and then a further 3 years, you'll upgrade again. So we're extending the life effectively through this ability to constantly upgrade or reinvent the machine almost.
Yeah, I totally understand that. What I wonder is really if a product is really broken or not usable any longer, then one of the latest options is recycling or recovering. So does it also happen that you recover energy from materials, so that you really incinerate materials to just recover the energy if no other option is possible anymore?
We try not to. You see, with the wood, with the chassis, which is a big area of the product, that's material grown in your age group or my age group. Okay, so that's carbon from our time. It's not carbon from 10 million years ago plastic. So if you want to, you can incinerate the wood and it becomes energy, but the energy is good. You know, there's no bad carbon going into it.
Yeah, it's green energy.
The components themselves, because they're modular, you just have to replace one modular component to get the machine working again if required, or two, and it's pluggable, so you can take out your processor or a module and put in another module. So then you've only a small module that will have to go to for incineration, so we try and reuse, but because the whole ethos of the company is component level repair or design, so we can actually go in, replace the capacitor, the diode, the chip, take it apart, it's designed for that, and replace it. And there's, that's creating employment again. So if our, we can actually just, the diode or the fuse and the main board is gone, but the main board is 100% perfect, but there's a tiny little micro fuse on it. Desolder, replace, reuse.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing that. If I get, top of the range laptop or screen and it's dead, what happens typically is, it goes for basically burning. They crush it and burn it. We will actually look at it, replace that small component, and bring it back out. So that's why we have, we've all our repair centers set up throughout Europe, etc. And worst scenario, on the post, you can send back the product because the box is reusable. That we will sell the machine in, and it can send it back to us. We can component level repair if the skills not in some of the country and send it back out. So it's extending it. What we want to do is extend via labor. There's too many people not working, especially in our country. So we can repair them and send it back out, and that's the circular economy. Reuse it, extend the life of it, employ people, pay people, etc. Rather than a new factory somewhere produce a new model and then they burn it after. But according to the United Nations, the lifespan of a modern day computer is around, according to IMECO, the lifespan of our products is 9-10 years typically by repairability and upgradability, etc. At the end of that life, if we cannot go any further, then we will then have it'll become a POS system or a light system or whatever. And then at the end of that life, if it does go for incineration, the wood is the beautiful wood, because the wood will change and people like it. They don't want to burn it, but it can be reused, or so it's less, but more and more.
That's great. So often this whole discussion about the circular economy is associated with environmental benefits, and we really elaborated on that a lot already. But you also mentioned that factors such as local employment play a role for you. To what extent would you consider also social sustainability aspects as part of a circular economy instead of just only environmental benefits or economic benefits?
We actually think they work hand in hand together, the social side and the environmental side, because we're all human beings. So we believe that I believe that the circular economy is part of the social side and the environmental side. It's in my